So
Third out of 4 games. So that's like pretty significant.
yeah, that. But he must know what he's doing because I feel like if a strategy's not going my way after like the third time I like try it, then I'll just drop it. So Darling must do these Baneling busts a lot and really know the really intricacies of the Baneling bust.
Yeah, I mean it's that type of thing that if you don't practice it a lot, you can get totally screwed just by being inexperienced with it. It may seem like something easy to execute. You're just like, yeah, I'm just making banelings running into that wall, but it's all about hitting the right timing. Getting the perfect number of banelings, and we've seen that every time. Like, there's never been a single baneling left over after those buildings die.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually just like the perfect amount, and sometimes players lean towards having the right amount of banelings, but a lot of times players would just be like, I'm just gonna make as many as I can, and the ones I use, and they just kind of go for it.
I mean, most baneling busts are against Terran, so having a few extra banelings doesn't really put you that far behind because you can just use them on the Marines or the Hellions or whatever's actually there. But against Protoss, banelings just aren't really that good, right? So you want to have the perfect amount.
Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this map here. It's gonna be on Cactus Valley. In the bottom right is a purple Zerg player, again retaining his purple color from Team Ascension Pro, or excuse me, from Team Ascension Competitive. It is Darling.
And in the top left, we have our teal Protoss from Team Endurance Esports. They are TeebuL. Spawning cross spawns, so we've got an extra long rush distance here.
Yeah, we're gonna see a pylon being placed at the bottom of the natural. I don't know why I spaced out those words too much, but
Suspense.
Yes, suspense. There you go. Bacon here to help explain away everything that you can see in this broadcast. And we're going to see what this pylon is going to be supporting. If it's going to just be a normal gateway, just kind of wall off into a nexus, or if it's going to be a forge going down and getting some fun cannon stuff happening.
Well, it kind of looks like Nexus first into walling that off really quickly because you just need two buildings and a zealot to get that full wall. So going Nexus first on this map is pretty viable, especially since your opponent doesn't really want to like six pool you or something because they don't know where you're spawning.
Yeah, that's a good point here. So, and as you can see here, like you predicted, Nexus goes down, Probe's gonna go out. We're gonna see the drone actually gonna come in. So the drone's gonna go ahead and see that Nexus timing and knows, hey, that's the Nexus first. That's something I should know.
Yeah, it's a lot of important information. Getting that scout immediately, and it's a pretty big commitment because you really don't see drone scouts that often, right? But Darling does go for the drone scout. They see absolutely everything, and I would say that they should either go for something aggressive or just throw down this third hatch immediately. Because if you know it's a Nexus first into Gateway, like there's very little aggressive options the Protoss player has for the next few minutes. You may as well take your third hatch.
Yeah, and I like what Darling's doing here. He's actually preventing that second gas from going down with this drone. He actually prevented it for a good 30 seconds, which is going to throw that gas income timing off for TeebuL. So, drone's even going to get away. He's going to get out without having to get killed, but he actually goes back in. He wants to scout a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, oftentimes the extra information is worth this drone's life. As terrible as that sounds to all you drones in the chat, but
See what you did there.
but keeping it in here can really let you know what Protoss shenanigans are going down, or even like if they want to delay it and wait until the drone is gone, then they can then you're just buying yourself more time, right? If they want to hide their Stargate and don't throw it down until this drone dies, then they need to get a stalker out before they can throw it down, or a sentry or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. But we do see Zealot is at the gateway of this base, so this drone is committed to staying in till the very end, and he's actually gonna start trying to hide around the corners. But this sentry is on a death march, wanting to find that drone.
Drone will keep scouting around, seeing absolutely everything. Evades the mothership core and the sentry, and it's even going to get another loop around the natural.
Yeah, so we see the drone here having 6 health, and he's gonna try to get out. Sees that Zealot, and it's just like, all right, let's just make sure I saw everything I need to saw. He's committing it to memory, and then it dies.
Yep. Important thing to note is that Darling did see all of the pylon positions, and he's got 2 overlords around the base, able to do a scout through. One of them's even in there right now, getting even more information.
Yeah.
And it sees the gateways. Wait, are those the gateways?
Yeah, those gateways are spotted by this overlord, and the sentry is just gonna go ahead and tickle. So overlord's laughing in his face. He doesn't care what's going on. We even see a second sentry going on.
Now you see 2 sentries, you see extra gateways in production. You probably have to assume some sort of like gateway push, right? It's not gonna be like a intense 7-gate blink or something, but it's still something you have to be prepared for. Roach Warren will be finished soon. And with roaches and a few speedlings, that's all you need to shut down a 3-gate attack.
Yeah, so we see he got his lair and he got roaches, so he's gonna go ahead and get roach speed. And this overlord actually isn't gonna scout this 3rd base that TeebuL has already put down here, and the sentries look like it's gonna tickle this overlord to death. But this push is gonna be heading out here pretty shortly, and with this amount of sentries, might be able to get a little bit of damage done, just a little bit of pressure, but nothing too major. If anything major happened, then that would just be a very, very lucky and unfortunate turn of events.
Yeah, well, this attack isn't even going to happen, but if it did, there's also the fact that Darling has the burrow upgrade coming, and a gateway attack with no detection against burrow roaches is just destined to fail.
Right. And so we're gonna see that a hallucinated phoenix is gonna come in. It's gonna scout the roaches. It's gonna see the natural's all filled up, but doesn't have any of his gases quite yet, or rather just getting his gases. And he might not see anything else because he's not really doing anything with it.
Yeah.
But he does see more roaches, and he sees roaches in the middle of the map, so now he has all the time to figure out how he wants to defend this attack that's coming to his 3rd base.
Now, Darling is either going to need to do some damage with this attack, or they're going to have to expand, because it's currently... Okay, there's the expansion going down, but there's also Warping at the 3rd, I think.
Yeah, Zealot's getting in a good position, and drones actually making these Zealots not going to be able to take out that Queen, but one Zealot actually gets in, so Queen goes down, and Zealot's going to continue taking out some more drones here, so 5 drones have gone down so far, but it looks like this last Zealot is barely going to not be able to take out this Queen, so 18 health left. But Roach is trying to get some damage in, but a couple good force fields pushes that those roaches back. And we're gonna see that Immortal and then the Stalker count has increased since we last looked at this Protoss army.
Yeah, Stalker count definitely going up. I think that Darling probably missed a good opportunity to utilize that burrow upgrade because he was busy microing those queens at home. So that fight at between the natural and the 3rd probably could have went a lot better for him. Although there is an observer out now.
Mm-hmm.
and also Immortals. So Observer, Immortal, Stalker, Sentry is pretty darn good at killing pure Roach.
Yeah, we actually see Darling is actually throwing down a proxy hatch, or a macro hatch rather, and finally getting his first evil chamber, and then getting his infestation pit. So I think the Darling is looking to kind of continue putting the pressure on. He might get it to Hive here pretty quick, but definitely looking to get that Roach count up super quick.
Yeah, I mean, that will get a lot of roaches out, but it's just, I feel like you're being on pure roach against this composition, you're on a huge timer, and I feel like the clock is running out for this. We'll go up to Hive Tech. So with Hive, I suppose the answer is going to be Vipers. I would think, since there's no Spire out, there's no signs of going towards Ultras, especially with these Immortals on the map already. So probably just getting a few Vipers to add into this composition.
Yeah, these roaches actually found themselves on the ground with the observer there, so I'm gonna be able to get some shots off on those roaches, and they pop up, and these roaches aren't gonna be able to take on those 3 immortals and stalkers surrounding them. So very formidable force, and then with a warp prism to back them up as well.
The Roaches do push in, they get past the force field, so they're gonna just get on top of this army, but we'll see if there's... I think there's just too much Protoss here anyway. They need to burrow and get out of there, going under the force fields, but still getting TeebuL. TeebuL!
Getting TeebuL.
Oh, you're winning! Why are you gonna DC? Why do you gotta do us like that?
Yeah. Why do you gotta drop right now?
Oh.
But TeebuL,
Victory for Darling!
we're not quite sure what happened there, so we're gonna go ahead and figure this out here. But yeah, but TeebuL definitely in a very leading position.
Yeah.
Right in that game, and so I'm not sure what Darling's looking to do. Usually when you go up Hive, you really want to set yourself up to get those Hydras as well, but there's no Hydra Den in sight.
Yeah, no Hydra Den. Like, I mean, Roach Hydra Viper is a very, good mid to late game composition. But like you said, there was no Hydra Den. So I don't exactly know what's up with that. Maybe he forgot, maybe he just didn't. Maybe it's just a stylistic choice.
Yeah, possibly, but it looks like we're gonna go ahead and get this set up via replay, and looks like we're gonna have to get that set up here. Hopefully I have that replay, right?
You should have it.
Yeah, unless no match history's on, then there's sometimes. But
Well, you'll still have the replay. It just won't be in your.
oh yeah, true. I found it right here. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this. Where is fight the game? Fight the game.
I just want to say this for the chat. It's going to be 3 minutes behind, but there has been a Terran who's won the GSL in the past 12 seasons. Innovation at the end of last year. He beat my hero, Sue. I'm so sad still. Sue! Sue! Why? Why?
All right, so we're going to go in at the 14:25 minute mark here. So, loading into this game, we're recovering from replay. It is the second match between Darling and TeebuL.
Yep, resuming from replay, about to have a big attack coming up, so get ready for some hype.
Yeah, we're not even gonna get a break as casters. It's just gonna be game starting and boom, 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 boom. So, which probably means I should have started that replay a little bit further ahead, but that'll just make things interesting, right?
When did you start it? Is it like before that engagement?
Well, we ended while that engagement was actually happening, but we were very early in that, so I went above like 5 seconds before that. I should have tuned it a little bit more, but I think it should be in a good position, and players will get to see where they're at before the game even starts, so they'll know what they can start with.
Okay.
So yeah, this game's getting recovered here, and we're gonna see what Darling's gonna do against this big attack that TeebuL has waiting outside for him.
Yeah, we will see. Now, that engagement did not go very well for our Zerg player, so we'll see if they have a slightly different tactic in this one. It might force a full-on retreat right away.
Yeah, definitely. So we're just about ready to get into this game. Slowly but surely, the StarCraft client is getting us to that point and to save esports, or at least this group match.
All right. Okay, so we are in the middle of this engagement.
Oh wait, I need a all chat. No, I was put as a spectator.
I'm also a spectator.
Yeah, okay, so it's not gonna give us that.
It's gonna give you a countdown, I think. Like once you press. Oh.
So, yeah, so, they can't see what we're saying. Oh, but it looks like we're starting, so. Okay, yeah, this is that point where they're pulling out. So. Yeah, the one thing about loading from replay, you lose your ref status, so I guess there's worse things in the world, but.
Use your what?
Your referee status in the original game.
Oh, yeah.
So, but it looks like players are going to continue on, and the scene will transition, and force fields will go down for our Protoss players. So, I'm just going to go ahead and warp in some more reinforcements, and roaches are going to go off on the side trying to get that concave. So, Protoss army is going to go in, and the sandwiching moment might be here, but Protoss army actually is going to pull out.
Yeah, Protoss gonna pull back to that that better concave, because I mean Darling does have a really good concave here, but now he's got to come up the ramp. He gets time warp, gets force fielded. This is just not very good, and TeebuL is just gonna keep pushing through here. Roaches do burrow, but there's an observer. Stalkers blink on top of them, and they're gonna start doing so much damage. And that's basically it. I mean, 28 more roaches in production, but TeebuL's in the middle of all the different reinforcement points, so you can just deal with the roaches bit by bit.
Yeah, a missed force field there, so not going to be able to get all those drones, but at this point, TeebuL's just in a nice position here. He's going to be able to take out all the roaches as they come out from the main base, and maybe like a surround will happen, but it's just so hard to figure out what's going on. But we do have some Vipers throwing down some blinding clouds, some really nice ones actually, but it doesn't take too much to get out of those clouds. So
no, they were some amazing blinding clouds, but there was actually like no units to attack. So like that's just it, you know.
Yeah, that's just gonna be GG. So TeebuL takes this game number 2, and that puts us to our third match.
That will do it. So tied up We'll see if we'll see if we have another Baneling bust. Because that would just be so funny. I kind of doubt it because this is, versus Protoss. It's a lot more difficult to pull that off. But it would be so funny.